We are live 364 days a year.
What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw?
Good evening from Swansea, wrestling fans. I'm your host, Ben Allison, and you are watching Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast. And today, it's less than 24 hours since Mariah May arrived in WWE on last night's episode of NXT, a huge talking point of former AEW Women's Champion. And we're going to be getting all into that today. Plus, we're going to be ranking wrestlers who have made the jump from AEW to WWE, from best to worst. That's going to be fun. We have an absolute dreadful Finn Balor statistic to get into. Plus, we have to talk a little bit about the 4-hour AEW Dynamite / AEW Collision tonight, because that is going to be huge as well. But for a huge show, you guys know what I say. I need a huge panel. And boy, oh boy, do I have one. How are you, Clark?
I feel like I'm in a time machine, bro. Like, we have May and June. That's freaking me out. I'm not sure how to navigate that part of the equation. I mean, Finn Balor, you're giving me deja vu on, because early daily broadcast, we did his yearly record, given house shows at a time where, if I remember correctly, Ben, the record was 2-39. So there's this
somehow worse now, Clark. It's not gotten any better.
Theme over the last few years of doing Balor segments with poor statistics. It's starting to become a trend. That's all I'm saying.
Not a good trend.
I'm excited to be here. It's a Wednesday, and don't send it to St. Louis, but don't forget that Arch.
Pardon?
St. Louis, the Arch. See?
The Arch in St. Louis.
There's an Arch in St. Louis.
Pardon you?
St. Louis
Also
Arch.
joining us,
Google it.
we do have
It's
an
like
arch.
the Eiffel Tower, but in St. Louis.
Where are you going on holiday? The Arch. Okay. Also joining us today, we have Big Arch, Archie Carter. How are you, Archie?
I'm doing good, mate. I think going on holiday to the Arch is probably like the equivalent of like going on holiday to the Bull Ring in Birmingham or something like that. But no,
St. Louis is a delightful city.
Birmingham's good in small doses, but it was a great episode of NXT last night. Happy to be back on the show with this particular group of people. It's always fun. So let's get into it.
I think Birmingham's good in small doses, in the same way that alcohol is supposedly okay in small doses. It's just not. We got a couple of comments here. Shard says British people don't get American references. I honestly thought Clark had lost the plot. Brown Ted said, "Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you as well."
Louis Arch.
He always says that
monument
when he introduces me
in St. Louis. It's a
he
giant.
Goes,
arch.
we're not in St. Louis, but we got the big arch here.
It's Willow Wednesday. I understand that reference. Shout out Willow. But without further ado, let's talk about something I am thrilled about, because I have a prediction. And that prediction is that in 2026, Mariah May is going to be the WWE Women's Champion, and Arsenal are going to win the Premier League. It is going to be delightful as an Arsenal and Mariah May fan. They both support each other too. It is fantastic. Finally, WWE now have a superstar on their roster who supports the best team in North London, unlike that loser Finn Balor we will talk about later on today. But in all seriousness, Mariah May has arrived in WWE, but most notably, the developmental brand. Now, there are some people who are complaining about this. There are some people who are saying, how on earth is she going from wrestling and winning at Wembley Stadium to then going to the Performance Center? And to those people, I mean, just get off your phone and touch some grass. Mariah May is fantastic. She is, right? And she's able, she is ready to compete in front of large crowds, but she is still green in a few areas. Going to NXT will just help her just become more well-rounded before going to the main roster and becoming an undoubtable main event star. Is this a loss for AEW? Yes. Will this end AEW? Absolutely not. Their roster is still stacked. Their women's division is still stacked as well. But WWE's women's division, well, it's just got a lot more stacked itself, hasn't it, Clark? What's your thoughts on it all?
So she's in NXT. That's cool. I'm stoked for her when it comes to that. Yeah. Mariah May in NXT. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it never has. And I'm not going to justify it because of a soccer team like you just did. I'm going to tell you the truth here from my perspective, Ben. Because here's the scoop on hoops. Mariah May is a superstar. This is a lateral move. This is not an upgrade in any way. She's now in NXT, the deepest pond of any women's division in all of wrestling. And whether it's sink or swim or not, that can be trouble. You can be overshadowed in a division as deep as this one, even given the recent call-ups. There is no guarantee Mariah May strikes gold in NXT or the WWE in the immediate near future. Not in my eyes. I'm excited for her, but this is a lateral move. This isn't an upgrade or a downgrade. It's a lateral move. She's doing the same thing, but like you said, in smaller arenas. It's still lateral because she'll likely be featured pretty often out of the gates. We've seen that. I don't know, though. Ricky Saints doesn't look like he's getting called up anytime soon. And that seemed pretty imminent when he was signed. There's a lot of names like that. And the last thing you want to do is get lost in the shuffle. You went from the top of the deck to the middle of the deck. That's the only thing in my eyes. It's a risk. It's a lateral move. It's a reshuffle of your own deck. But we'll see how it goes. I'm curious. I don't know if it was the smartest play.
I think you are absolutely categorically out of your mind, Clark. I think you are absolutely off it. Now, I'm not going to say it's an upgrade either, right? But she has now gone to a brand which, to your point, there have just been multiple call-ups. She is the biggest fish in that pond by absolute miles.
Ooh,
she fills up 70% of that pond, right? If she went to the main roster, she would be a small fish in a big pond. She hasn't. And it's the fact, basically, your point is backed up exactly the reason why she's in that developmental brand.
See, I think the pond is shallower on the main roster. I actually think she's got a better shot. If you treat her like the superstar that she actually already is on the main roster than she does on NXT right now.
She needs to improve her match pacing.
Oh, so she's got flaws now, Ben.
She does have some flaws.
Now I see where this is coming from.
She does have some flaws.
Okay, let's open up that
in some
can of worms.
But she's got flaws in others. NXT is going to iron her out. I don't think she's ready for the main roster yet, no.
She's not ready.
In the same way, I don't think Jade Cargill was ready for the main roster. There needs to be a few things which just need to be ironed out in the Performance Center for a couple of months, only a couple of months, then send her to the main roster. But I will tell you this, her character work is better than nearly anybody in WWE right now. Her promo ability is fantastic. Her charisma is fantastic. Her crowd work is exceptional. She is going to be just fine. Archie,
I want to make it clear, though, I strongly disagree with you. I think she is ready for the main roster, and I would have gone that route.
Okay.
So I think obviously Mariah May, I've spoken about it loads. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you'll know that I've said that Mariah May, she's the next biggest star in professional wrestling, to the point where in the next 2 or 3 years, her popularity is going to be at the same level as Rhea Ripley, if not even more. Like, that's how popular she is. That's how much of a connection that she can build with a fan base. Her starting in NXT, I think, is completely fine. I mean, if you look at the main roster, we just had Stephanie Vaquer get called up, Julia, Roxanne Perez. So I think her coming on NXT is perfect, because if you she goes to the main roster, she kind of gets overshadowed a little bit. Whereas in NXT, she's the kind of hot new thing in NXT. And I love the debut that her AEW run finishes with kind of the lights going out and a spotlight going out on her and Toni Storm. And her NXT run starts with a spotlight coming on her debut. I thought that was such a cool way to introduce her. I'm a bit worried about maybe a name change, because they didn't mention Mariah May actually on screen. But no, I thought this was a great way to debut her. I think Mariah May, she's going to go to the very top in WWE. I honestly think Mariah May is going to be the next Batista, in that she's going to be one of the most successful jumps from wrestling to Hollywood that we'll see. I think she's that good that she's going to become a genuine mainstream star in WWE, like maybe Liv Morgan's starting to be with that new film that she's been shooting. But no, fair play to Mariah May. She made the jump up to first, which is something that her beloved Arsenal couldn't do in the Premier League. So yeah, fair play to Mariah May, and I'm genuinely looking forward to her run in WWE.
I said this to you earlier on Twitter, Archie, right? But how on earth can you be tribalistic and spread false Arsenal propaganda?
You guys tweet at each other?
It's just
Yeah.
we tweeted a lot. It's the thing is, right? It's just genuine facts. I'm not saying it's bad. AEW is a second to WWE, but it's facts. AEW is competing with WWE's developmental
Did you
brand.
say it's facts? What are you, like 16? Come on, Archie. Facts.
Great
It's
facts,
facts.
yo.
What
Be like,
kind of
it's
reference is
factual.
that?
Speaking. Come on, man.
Speaking of facts, man.
Okay, there is.
It's
It's
facts.
I don't know how to rephrase that.
Who do you think the ops are?
Well, we know who the ops are. It's
Put the
Hawk,
fries in
Samoa
the
Joe,
bag,
and
Archie.
Shibata. Roundhead said they will call her MM Mateo. No, MM
God.
Mateo. Not Mateo. Mateo. Girl.
Who?
No, it'll
Mariah
be
May?
like
Yeah.
Mariah June.
She's gonna be related to Jeff Cobb.
Maria Highbury
Suddenly-
was my joke earlier.
Wait, is Mariah May joining the bloodline? Hold up! Stop it!
I mean, it would make
Hold
things
the
a lot more
phone.
interesting. It would make things
That
a lot more
changes
interesting.
Solo
everything.
Sikoa brings Mariah May into the bloodline. You heard it here first, folks.
Stop it!
She
Wait a
just-
minute.
She just says
Emma
to Jacob.
Mateo?
She just says to Jacob Fatu, she's not blood, but she's family. That'll be enough. That's a good enough reason.
That I did not have on my bingo card. They're like the UK's an island.
Hurricane said on Twitter today that Jennifer June might be her name, so that's quite interesting.
Oh,
Jennifer June.
man.
I mean, you could always do Mariah May as in MAE, like May Young.
Yeah, but I
I'll
think that'd
still
be-
never get over though when they showed
Yeah, I
the
dunno.
the bloodline family tree,
and
and
Mariah May wasn't
it
in
said
it. I know.
no, it said Danny Garcia, and everyone was like, Daniel Garcia's in the bloodline. It's like, no, that's The Rock's ex-wife. Like,
Daniel Solo.
No, it's not
brings in
Daniel
Garcia. Oh,
different person.
no. Daniel Garcia should not have signed a new deal with AEW. He should have gone to WWE just so Solo Sikoa could have brought him in by mistake.
as Danny Garcia. I saw him on the list.
Oh my gosh. Mariah Mays. Because the name changes puzzling. Oh,
I'm sorry,
my
Johnny. I didn't
gosh.
mean to laugh at that. But
Right.
that is an absolutely shocking name change.
Just May Mariah.
I honestly, like, not even joking, think there's a 25% chance it's going to be something Arsenal related, right? And not like, not Mariah Arteta.
Gunner
right?
May?
Like that.
Mariah
Gunner
Arteta,
May?
and she just rolls out of the ring
Call
for 50%
Gunner
of
May.
it, and then tries a roll up at the end.
No, but
Gunner
it
May.
could be like, I
Mariah
don't
Guna.
know.
Oh wait, no.
I was thinking
Mariah
something with
Gunner.
Highbury in
Mariah
it, but it
Gunner.
oh no, Archie. Something with
How about just call
Mariah
her
Gunner. I
Mayday?
meant Mariah Gunner. Arsenal fans need to stop calling themselves Guna when it's just a single instead of Gunners.
thought it was
Just
Gunner.
make it Gunner. It should be Gunner, not Gunners. No, it should be Gunner, not Guna when it's single. Gunner. Mariah Gunner. Okay, no.
Yeah, Gunner Mariah.
Mariah Vieira.
Gunner May.
Mariah
Mariah
Henry.
Gunner
Henry.
May is the one.
Mariah Henry. You heard it here first, folks.
Dude, I'm telling you, Gunner
Um,
May. That's the one.
Not
I've been saying
Henry,
it all along.
Henry. Right?
That's actually quite good.
I
Is she
don't
that passionate
Yeah,
of an
we are.
Arsenal fan that she'd do that?
She's a
Like-
huge Arsenal fan.
No.
She
That's
loves.
that's
She has
unfortunate.
confessed her love for Martin Odegaard.
May Henry.
Multiple
Martin
tweets. I
Odegaard.
love Martin Odegaard.
Right. Cole Palmer's so much better looking than Martin Odegaard.
Whoa.
Tabitha trophy loss. Oh,
Relax, Archie.
pardon you? Cole
not on the
Palmer
segment
looks like
list.
he's taken a couple of chairs to his head back in the Attitude Era.
Oh.
Stay out of this debate.
He's a love. Excuse me. He's a lovable goof. Who doesn't love a lovable?
Dude. Sounds like you're
That
trying to
pic-
write
that
him a
pic-
rom-com.
That picture of him rubbing Robert Sanchez's bald head is just wholesome.
Wholesome is
Probably
exactly
thought it
what I
was
was
the match
thinking you were
ball.
going to say.
But anyway, the gist of things here is Mariah May is in NXT. She is on WWE television.
And
it's-
Cole Palmer's better looking than Martin Odegaard.
Roundhead is right. Cole Palmer looks like an alien. I can't lie.
Excuse me,
something
Roundhead.
I've never even seen this
What is your-
alleged Cole Palmer.
What? Excuse me. What is your name? Is literally Roundhead. Is it Carl Pilkington in the chat or something? Don't
Bobby
talk about my Cole
Petito,
Palmer
in,
like that.
in all seriousness, Bobby Petito might actually have the real name. I don't like it, but I think Bobby's on the
What
money.
is it?
Mariah Glamour.
Glamorous.
That
that
actually could be what they choose.
Mariah Glamour. Mariah Glamour. Yeah, but the thing is, though, that's kind of like that's like
Dude,
Glamour
Get her
May.
the
Oh no,
Fergie
it might
song.
be Glamour
Glamour-
May.
yeah, but no, it'll be Mariah.
oh
but then
gosh, no.
the glamour, Mariah Glamour. It just doesn't make sense, does it?
Glamour Henry. Best of both worlds.
Oh my god.
I think they just move it up a month and go Mariah June.
Is
Not in Mariah's
Roundhead Leeds
None of them are as
United
good looking as
supporter?
Patrick Bam. He's a Leeds fan. Leeds fan.
Is
Next,
he? Am I
How
down?
did this delve into best looking soccer players?
do you say your dad's a Leeds fan?
Massive Leeds fan, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Leeds.
And my mum's a massive Leeds hater.
Well done,
So-
Ben's mum. She's not an Arsenal fan, is she?
No,
That's good.
I was from the middle of
No.
nowhere. I was from Worcester. So I turned on the TV
Worcester?
one day and Arsenal were getting. That's where I'm from, yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
How's
Do they
that
have a
never
team?
come up in conversation? I literally live like 30 minutes away from Worcester. That's where I go out with my
Really?
mates quite. Yeah, that's where I go out.
Yeah,
with my
I'm from
mates,
Worcester, yeah.
regular.
I
How has that
moved to
never
Wales
come
when I
up
was
in
like 5.
conversation?
I love this powwow. This is sick.
Anyway, let's talk some wrestling. Let's now.
No
go
way,
back-
same hometown? Let's delve into that.
No, but that's rare from Worcester because there's not many.
You guys
people
remember where
It
the
is.
grocery store is?
I can't explain to you, Clark. It's like in the middle of nowhere. Like,
No,
it's
I know.
really
No,
nowhere.
trust me. I went to the University of Kansas, far across the Golden Valley. Glorious to
Yeah.
deal.
Imagine that,
That
but
is
imagine Kansas didn't have a college team or a college, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
you'd be
no.
what Worcester is.
There you go.
It's got a
but
university.
I feel
Not a
bad
great
for
one.
anybody who goes there. I'm sure they have a great nightlife. Anyway, up next, let's talk about some more failures, shall we? Because we got to talk about a Tottenham fan, and just like Tottenham, Finn Balor cannot win any major trophies because the Europa League's actually a plastic one.
Sorry. How many trophies has Arsenal won this year, and how many did Spurs win? I would say.
Well, this isn't about how many trophies Arsenal have won. It's
Spurs
about
got
how
the second
many.
pick in the NBA draft.
It's
Same
about
thing.
how many matches Finn Balor hasn't won. Because yesterday marked 1 year since Finn Balor's last singles victory. Finn Balor hasn't won on house shows or anything a singles match for over a year. Clark, this is just shocking.
I hate to say it, I'm not surprised. This is the second time, as I mentioned in the intro, that I've covered this topic where Finn Balor has just had a terrible record in singles matches. It's not gone well for him in a number of years. I don't know how often he wins. I think the coup de grace is just great. I think it's awesome. Even the 1916 was cool. All of it. He's got great ways to win matches. He just doesn't do it often enough. I don't even know what to say. It's like he's got avenues to victory and they don't let him use them. And they're like, you know what? But remember that one time when he was the Universal Champion, which they just retired silently. No such thing. It's over. Now, no more Universal. That's gone. Yeah, the Universal's gone. Finn Balor won that thing. He was the inaugural champion. They say it all the time and stuff. And then they're like, so he can totally lose to make this guy look good. And we got to figure that out, man. That's kind of a lot of the stuff that I've said about the Judgment Day lately. Finn Balor is his Virgil Devitt. He's too sweet. Come on. What are we doing here? What in the world are we doing here?
Yeah, I really, really don't know. This guy, like in all seriousness, is just way, way too talented to actually be in this position he has been in. Clark, we had this argument literally a week ago about the Judgment Day. And during that, I said that, I think the Judgment Day has made a lot of careers, not just Dominic Mysterio. I think it has helped everybody apart from Finn Balor, who it is just completely just
catastrophic.
Killed.
It's destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. It's bad.
I feel for him.
The annoying part is that I genuinely thought Finn Balor would be getting a push after he turned on Damian Priest. I mean, I understand why Priest won that feud, but then you're kind of not following it up with any real statement wins for Finn Balor. And I hate it when it's online and you see kind of people say Finn Balor's washed and everything like that. He's not washed. He just hasn't been able to show off his strengths as much. I mean, first of all, he needs to bring back the trunks because those tights are just bad luck. It's just bad luck.
Yeah, he's like cosplaying as Jeff Hardy.
And stop putting a sock over your head as well when you're walking out to the ring and actually and bring Demon Finn Balor back and build that back up. That's
get rid of these masks as well.
Yeah, and do the whoa thing again. He was doing the stuff way before Cody with the Prince thing.
It was
whatever it was. Yeah. It was like it was a scheduled time to yell during the show.
Yeah, I did that in my living room loads when he came out.
This is the best.
Sad,
yeah.
That's. I mean, he needs to bring back. Finn Balor is actually better than a babyface. Better as a babyface. I don't think
better than.
I agree.
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely better. There's a couple baby faces I think he's better than. Great call, Arch.
The Kanye mask was something which Chad actually liked.
Whoa.
So this is interesting. The D6 Wallet is saying Finn has not had a main roster singles title since he defeated Damian for the United States Championship, and that was years ago.
Did he defeat him for the United States title?
I don't remember.
I thought it was Sheamus. I thought it was Sheamus.
To be honest with you, when I was reading that, I don't know. I could be right, could be wrong.
No, he's right. The person that commented is right because I think that was on like a random episode of Raw or something. It's kind of coming back now. And everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Finn Balor." That was right. Now it was right before WrestleMania 38, and everyone was like, "Yeah, he's on the card," and he didn't make the card as United States Champion, and got in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal instead.
I'm fact checking as we speak.
Ben's fact
check.
Yeah, he did. In all seriousness, I know why I can't remember that. It was from 2022. Raw absolutely sucked during that time. And then he lost the title to Theory, and that's when that long reign started. Sorry, I remember that completely now. Yeah. Oh, flipping heck. That was not.
No, I think if Finn does turn on Dominic, he kind of needs to beat Dominic in this feud. Because I don't think Dominic needs to beat him. I mean, he's been built up enough that he can take a loss or take
I
a
hate
loss
to
in a
say
feud to
this,
Finn
bless
Balor.
Finn Balor, but right now I don't care.
What about
he's
Finn
got to
Balor?
do something to make me care.
I'll always
There is
care about Finn
actually-
Balor, but go on.
There is actually a little bit of an issue here, though, and Shard is pointing this out in the comments too. And in all seriousness, it's a fair point. You know, he's 40 now and all of that. And you know, of course, at that age, no. I'm not even joking for a second. At that age,
Ben, we have
At
2
that
segments
age-
left, and you went to the age comment now.
no. I'm just saying,
Don't you
Finn
dare open
Balor
this can
is
of worms.
40 to Shard's point, right? And obviously, at that age, traditionally, you do start to put over younger stars, all this. But I'm
Yeah, but
defending him here for a second. I'm defending
okay,
him.
go on.
Finn Balor has done so much in his career. He has done so much with WWE over the past decade. He has put over so many people. I'm sorry, but he deserves, even if it's only 3 months, to have a short reign, whether it's a World Championship or the WWE Championship, one of them. He deserves that, right? And I know in life you don't always get what you deserve, but in this point, I don't actually see a reason for him not to get that.
I'm legitimately buying you a rocking
right,
chair for your 40th
how,
birthday.
How old's Bailey, right? And hear me out on this, right? So how old's Bailey?
I have it already scheduled.
I don't know.
Because here's the thing. I feel like she's a similar age to Finn Balor, and
Is she?
and
No way,
and
dude. The
Bailey's
Hitman's
gone
in
on
the
a pretty
comments?
bad losing streak. but-
No. She's
What-
7 years younger than no. Actually, let's check this for a second. It might be more than 7
Whoa,
years
chill
older.
out, guys.
she's-
The
she's just over
Hitman's in the
30.
comments.
She's
She's over
8
30.
years older.
It's Finn Balor, dude.
8
Bret
years-
Hart's in the comments, though.
He's 8 years older.
Yeah, than Bailey.
Is he?
Shout out, Hall of
Yeah.
Famer.
Well, I thought they were around the same age, and I was going to say, if people are saying Bailey deserves better, then why doesn't Finn Balor deserve better? But then ignore me. That's
We'll be back after this break for the math show.
Although Finn Balor is younger than
Sikoa won't be
JC
tuning in.
Mateo. But,
Is he?
well,
You mean
maybe
Mariah's
2
older
years-
brother?
2
Why
months
is it?
older. Sorry,
They
maybe
should
2
have
months
used
older.
Finn. They should have just used Finn Balor in Jeff Cobb's spot. Then
What is Dave?
he wouldn't be as menacing.
Don't worry about that. But Bret Hart's in the comments. Did you see that? Hall of Famer.
Bret Hart.
Welcome to the show, Bret.
Oh yeah, Bret Hart.
The
Yeah.
excellence of execution.
Come on, Bret. Yeah.
I'm going to need to put you in timeout again, David Hall, if you continue commenting this filth. Right, anyway, let's move
David.
on. And
Stop
let's
commenting,
move
David.
to talk about AEW, because in all seriousness, tonight AEW do have a big show. They have Fyter Fest. And basically, they've merged this week's Dynamite and Collision because clearly there's some there's some network conflict or something. So they just merged them two together. So it's 4 consecutive hours of television for AEW. And honestly, I mean, that is a lot. But there was something else notable about this week, and that is that TKO, of course, has come under a lot of fire from fans. And for that reason, we've had more comments than I think ever before saying they are going to watch AEW for the first time tonight. So not only is this a 4-hour extravaganza, one which quite frankly is pretty risky, but there is a lot riding on it too, because they could make a lot of new fans tonight. Archie, I want to get your thoughts.
Well, I got one word to describe this actual 4-hour thing they've got, and that's yawn. Because this 4 hours of weekly TV in one night is very exhausting. If it's a pay-per-view, I get it, but it's very exhausting, and it's something that I'm not going to be watching in kind of one sitting, and I don't think a lot of fans will be able to kind of watch in one sitting. I feel like, especially if it's weekly kind of TV level, fans will be kind of having to watch this in like they'll probably watch the first 2 hours and then watch the next 2 hours after it. And if a lot of fans have been saying that they're going to watch AEW not for the first time, but the first time in a long time on this episode, then I kind of feel sorry for them, because, and if I would have to say to them, if you're going to watch AEW, don't start with this episode tonight, because 4 hours is exhausting. And it's also clear that Tony Khan, it's now confirmed that Tony Khan does limit to one match every 2 hours, because there's one women's match to every 2 hours, because there's 2 women's matches in this whole card. and it's 4 hours long. I think this is a kind of a really silly decision. Well, it's probably out of their hands, and I get they're kind of trying to make the best out of it, which is fair enough. But my message to fans that are hoping to watch tonight is maybe start watching AEW for a pay-per-view or or maybe next week when it's back to 2 hours, because you're going to be exhausted after 4 hours tonight, and you're not going to be in the mood to watch next week. I can guarantee that.
I don't know, right? Listen, we've seen 4-hour pay-per-views, which have been entertaining enough.
Yeah.
Plus, weekly shows can be broken up a lot more too. We watched 3-hour Raws. I reckon as a one-off, if they do it perfectly, I think there is a way that this could work. I agree it's unlikely, but I think there is a way, and I hope they find that way.
I just can't see it. If it's weekly TV level, right? And 3 hours Raws was pushing it, right? It was pushing it, and for some people that was the limit. 4 hours of AEW TV tonight, and a lot of the sickos will be very happy with that, I'm sure. But if you're gonna start watching AEW or start watching AEW for the first time in a long time, is tonight really the best time to do it when it's 4 hours of weekly TV quality? When maybe it's better to start watching it on a pay-per-view or just on a random Dynamite instead, because I'm someone that thinks that if you watch AEW, any Dynamite, any Collision, any pay-per-view, that's all you need to do to see how good AEW is, right? Most of the time. Tonight is the one exception because 4 hours is a lot, and again, it's out of their hands. But if I'm AEW, I'm kind of hoping that there's not too many fans jumping over to watch this particular show because they'll be exhausted after it. And
I think by next week, WWE will have probably got a bit more momentum after Money in the Bank. I think if you're AEW, you're hoping and praying somewhat tonight. And it doesn't matter what show it is, you have to make the most of it.
The timing of the schedule, though, is brutal, guys. Like, this is the deal. It's the last year of the most lucrative contract you've ever seen for the NBA Finals. So Saturday is out of the question. That is the NBA Finals time slot.
We know that.
Obviously, we know that too. Here's the problem where they ran into trouble is because you look at the NHL in their contracts, they go between Turner and ESPN. And in fact, next year it'll be flipped. The NHL will be primarily more on Turner, on TBS, and on TNT. But tonight's game one of the rematch of the NHL going head to head with this 4-hour show too. AEW is in a tough position in that regard.
I'm not blaming them at all.
They're in a tough position.
Yeah, exactly.
They are. We're not claiming that, but also Money in the Bank on Saturday is actually a big decision because Turner no longer want AEW going against WWE.
But I'm just,
of course, but they're avoiding the NBA Finals.
Yeah, no, AEW. I completely get this decision, and it's probably out of their hands in most.
Yeah, it will be out of their hands.
It's out of their hands. But I'm just saying, if I'm Tony Khan, I'm thinking, just have the sickos. Can we just stick with the sickos tonight, and then we get the WWE fans jumping next week? Because 4 hours of TV is very, very tough to do, and it's not even because of how. It's not even me saying how good Tony Khan is as a booker or anything like that. It's very tough to do for any promotion to do. I don't think WWE would be able to pull it off. I wouldn't be invested in a 4-hour weekly show for or a 4-hour weekly show for WWE. So it's the same here with AEW. I think it's very, very tough to pull off. Yes, they'll have great wrestling, but again, it's about the pacing of the show, and they need to nail the pacing of the show. That's where it's key. And that's where it's going to be very, very difficult because they can't really pace it like a pay-per-view.
But, very quickly now, we do need to move on to the last topic. We've got a couple of comments I want to quickly read out. Fernando says 4 hours of AEW every once in a while is better than 3 hours of SmackDown every week. Good point. It's a one-off. If they do it well, I do think it could potentially work.
Maybe.
We've also
on that point, I do think WWE.
Sorry, Archie, we've really got to.
Sorry, I was going to say I do think
Archie,
WWE
shut up.
Getting towards nailing the 3 hours. Go on, man.
But
you're done, Archie. That's it.
Giancarlo says Mariah has named his new name is Annalisa. I mean, sure.
That is the truth.
Not
Well,
Sari.
he says
I'm surprised.
Sari's going to WWE, so maybe he's right.
Right. Bret Hart says most of the time is used for ads and entrances too. It's not as bad in AEW.
And
to
he
be
also
fair,
is
but
the only wrestler with his own hockey team. Who do you got in the finals? Florida going to repeat, or you got the Edmonton Oilers?
again, pardon. But no,
You
hope
guys did
everybody's
soccer for
enjoying
the first
hockey.
half of the show.
I know.
Football.
Fair enough. But
Actually, it was
next,
comparing the
guys,
looks of Erdegaard and Palmer. Thank you very much.
Archie, what did I tell you? And the Hitman's got the Oilers. Yes, me as well. It's McDavid's time.
Okay. Right. Anyway, let's now talk about wrestling again, shall we? Because it is now time to rank let me start this again. I just fumbled. It is now time to rank every AEW wrestler who has made the jump to WWE. There have been 14 in total, and I will kick us off. The worst, in my opinion, so far has been Shawn Spears. Now, I will say, right, I didn't really have any expectations for him. He did come in, I think, just to be, just another body on that brand, somebody to help the younger talents. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just there were no expectations, and he's not, lived up to anything really at all. In 13th, Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport, I mean, to be fair, she was in AEW for a very, very short while herself. She at least did some stuff in WWE, upgraded her stock a little bit, but of course now has left again. In at number 12, Rusev. He's only just returned, but so far this return has been very mediocre. At 11, Andrade. I mean, he's in the exact same situation he was in AEW. In at number 10, it's early days, but I'm putting Mariah May. I'm sure she'll end up being higher. I'm sure she will. But we've only seen her debut, so that's all I can base it off. In at number 9, Lexus King. He has elevated his stock a little bit, but I still don't see huge potential in him. Then up next, we've got Aleister Black. Again, very early days, not done too much, but he does have his theme once again, so that helps. At number 7, Ricky Saints. Number 6, Ethan Page, both quite obvious. In at number 5, Ray Phoenix, above those two previous names, because Ray Phoenix has had a match at WrestleMania. He has come in, he's been presented as a big deal on the main roster, and talking about being presented as a big deal on the main roster. In at number 4, I have Jade Cargill. She came in with all the hype around her. The first, well, other than Cody, major jump, and she made a splash, and she has been fantastic so far. Really big deal. But talking about making a splash in a short amount of time, Penta, this guy, right, he has come in and he has become one of their most marketable stars out of the gate. Fans love him. They buy his merch. They buy his masks. It is fantastic. But talking about buying merch, this man sells so much merch. You cannot stop talking about him, and that is CM Punk. And listen, it's obvious that this was going to be, a recipe for success, even after what happened in AEW. But number 1, it's obvious, and I presume it'll be the same on everybody else's list as well. Mr. Cody Rhodes. I mean, this guy came in, right? He left as a mid-carder, in fact, a lower mid-carder. He went to AEW, he started that, he left, he joined WWE, and he became the face of the company. He went from smashing thrones to having his hand lifted by the guy who's owned that throne. Honestly, fantastic stuff. But Archie, I will send it to you next. What is your list?
So last I've got Blair Davenport because, to be honest, she didn't really do too much in WWE. Shawn Spears is next in 13th. He's at least been able to add some experience to the NXT roster. Lexus King is 12th. I'm a big fan of Lexus King, but he's not really as good as an acquisition as others. Rusev is in 11th. He hasn't really done too much, even though I do like Rusev, but I don't want to be a massive Rusev Day Grinch. 10th is Andrade. 9th is Aleister Black. I've put Aleister Black above Andrade because overall I think Aleister Black will have a better second run than Andrade based on how the company's going at the minute. We're at not 8. It's Ricky Saints. 7, Stephanie Jade Cargill. I just think I'm doing this quick, so it's kind of right. Jade
Stephanie
Cargill,
McCann.
Right,
How's
Jade,
Stephanie McCann now in
Hang on.
AEW?
we're supposed to be moving on.
She was in AEW, by the way.
Well,
was,
for like
but
a
not-
match, yeah. But that's
Anyway.
Oh, for like a
Jade-
match.
Jade Cargill, she had a massive debut, like Cody, but she hasn't really had too much of an impact as of yet, but she will do. 6 is Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page has proven a lot of people wrong. Cough, cough, Clark Taylor.
No, you're right.
Ray Phoenix is at number 5. Penta is at number 4. I think Penta's just been an absolute storm for WWE so far. 3 is Mariah May. I don't care if it's early. She's going to be a major star in professional wrestling. 2 is CM Punk. I think a lot of people know my thoughts that Punk wasn't the worst catalyst in that brawl out thing that we had. So I did have hope that Punk would be having a good relationship in WWE and it would work out. And of course, Cody is number 1. Even with the tie clips, Clark, you've got to make Cody number 1.
Yeah, so honestly, if it's my turn right now, I'm going to actually do mine in regular order because it would be silly if I saved Cody, unfortunately, at number 1 for the end. That makes it not fun. So just write that down.
Can't go
Don't mute yourself.
backwards.
Yeah, I can. I can do whatever I want now, Ben. It's too late. We're up
Well,
against
okay,
time.
no, you know
Write
what you
down
can do?
Cody Rhodes and let me do
Hi,
the second
Sid.
pick.
Oh.
Jeez Louise, Ben. This isn't your time. It's not about you right now. Second up, Jade Cargill, number 2.
Oh, wow.
Out of the gates. Because you know why? She's closer to a title than CM Punk is.
Because you
And I
hate
don't go
CM
with
Punk.
the trends. CM Punk 3. No, I don't hate CM Punk. But that was cute. Number 4, I've got Penta. 5, I've got Phoenix.
Wait, who's number 3?
Punk.
CM Punk.
Oh. Ignore me.
Keep up.
5, I've got Phoenix. Let's hustle, boys. Come on.
Okay.
6,
Raw put Phoenix at 5.
6, I've got Mariah May.
Okay.
Middle ground.
7, I've got Sean Spears.
Wow. That's high.
Yep.
What?
And then give me Blair Davenport.
Wait, no,
Nice.
sorry. I want to hear this.
To
Sean
be
Spears one
to be
quickly.
fair, the culling has
Spears
elevated
honestly
his
has
game.
done the best work of his career since he's been in NXT.
Oh, as if
And
it was good as Ty
It was a
Dillinger, number
lateral
10.
move from AEW to NXT. He got to where he needs to be. He's in a coaching situation at this stage of his career. The guy with Flatbacks Pro Wrestling and everything he's accomplished as a teacher of pro wrestling is amazing. He's in the right spot in NXT. He's doing the best work for what his value is of his career. And I think he deserves the 7th spot. Sorry about it, boys.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
You just hate Ricky and Ethan, don't you?
Yeah, well, Blair Davenport's up next.
Oh, Blair Davenport.
Are you being serious?
I'm
What?
dead serious.
What? How's Blair Davenport not
I'm
in the
telling
bottom
you.
2?
Ricky Saints and Ethan Page is going to be 13.
Then
and
give me
14. I'm
Rusev.
calling it now. I'm calling
And then give me
it now.
Rusev,
Okay.
This guy.
Aleister Black,
Okay.
May as well just put Ethan and Ricky on 3rd.
Andrade. and then give me. Shoot, I'm running out of names here.
Lexus King's next.
3 left.
No, Lexus
Right,
King's
Lexus
next.
King you're looking for.
No, that's not quite
Ethan,
yet.
Ethan, Ricky, or
Oh.
Lexus
Give
King.
me Ethan Page.
Okay.
There.
Current North American champion.
Then I'm gonna go with Lexus King.
Oh no!
Must hate Lexus King.
Yep.
He's below Ethan Page.
And then at 14 we got Rick Starks.
Ricky
The Saints go marching in. Perfect list.
Ricky Pelicans, actually.
Love that.
Commons
Shout
are gonna
out
love you for this.
the excellence of execution.
That I'm speechless.
It's the best list of all time. It's literally perfect.
Blair Davenport's above Rusev and Aleister Black.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Blair was great. Blair's been awesome.
What name one thing good thing?
Apparently there's
in WWE?
16. DCX
Honestly, I
Warlock,
really
who am I
can't remember.
forgetting?
She's just better than all the ones that I put below her.
Well, if there are 16, they go below Blair Davenport for me because I don't remember them.
Yeah, whatever. You guys are the little rascals. The He-Man Woman Haters Club, just because
Yeah,
it's Blair.
She's unemployed.
I know.
No, I don't.
And she's still higher up than Ethan Page and Ricky Starks, who are in
Okay,
a title picture
Fine.
in the biggest company in the world.
Okay. Actually, no, just leave it. I'll take it. I'm in.
David Marge is enjoying it. Thank
I
you for
said
that.
what I said.
I
Right,
Oh,
dude.
Bobby enjoyed it too.
I bet Ethan Page was at 13. You just changed it just so I was wrong. Where Ethan and Ricky were going to be 13 and 14.
No, Ricky was the 14 no matter what.
Neither Gigi Dolan or Cora Jade were signed to
Calculated.
AEW.
I'm to the
So
point
that's
now
fair.
They were on AEW Dark.
I'm
Wait,
yeah,
torching
they
Ricky
were never
Starks.
signed.
Fallon
I'm-
Henley.
I have a new mission to just make fun of Ricky Starks, even though I actually like the guy, until he says my name somewhere. I'm gonna dog Ricky Starks. I'm sticking with the gimmick. That's
What-
where we're going from
Well,
here.
hopefully there's a wrestler called Clark that he has a feud with soon.
He's
then,
gonna say
so-
my name, dude. Like Beyonce Knowles.
and Joe Hendry.
Say my name. Say my name.
On that note, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I can't tell if this was a good show or not, but we will be back same time, same place tomorrow to talk about AEW. Thank you, Clark. Thank you, Archie. Thank you to everybody who's commented along. We always appreciate you watching. Have a fantastic Wednesday night. Ba, 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 be.